playing on the 4th of July for the very first time as a Major League Baseball player. And we will see when the All-Star teams come out later on tonight if Kevin McGonigal is a part of it. He should be. Southeast Michigan Ford dealers present the Tigers starting batting order. This is slugging against fastballs. Cal Quantrill is a fastball maven. Kerry Carpenter is one of the best sluggers on fastballs in Major League Baseball at .573. He is third in the order if the Tigers try to get the middle game of this 3-game series after the off day yesterday, so Egypt could down Argentina in World Cup action. Cal Quantrill, our old friend from the AL Central. Dan?
Yeah, he was supposed to start tomorrow, but has pushed up a day. Has really seen his sinker and cutter usage go up from last year.
And his first pitch to Kevin McGonigal is hit skyward. Into left center it goes, and that is out number 1. Here is the Patriotic Rangers defense. Alejandro Osuna in left, Evan Carter in center, Brandon Nimmo is in right. Young, Duran, Lopez, and Smith, and Elias Diaz has the plate. Dylan Dingler, another one of those guys who really should be on the All-Star team roster when they get announced later on. And usually the league does right by the players who need to be there based on injury replacements, guys who can't make it, whatever it might be. That typically you're going to have snubs, but with the egregious numbers McGonigal and Dingler have put up, it should be them at the very least for the Tigers.
Yeah, just in how consistent they have been. And, you know, Dylan Dingler has put together the whole package, defense and offense.
It's a 2-0 pop-up, and they're running 2 wide out of turn 3 at third and shortstop with Duran and Young, and there's out number 2.
Just to add a little bit more with Cal Quantrill, besides the sinker and cutter that he's upped his usage on, also throws a split finger 4-seam fastball, well, mixing an occasional curveball. He's thrown as many as 4 innings, which actually that was his last appearance, and thrown as many as 70 pitches, so we'll have to pay attention to how long he'll go in today's game.
Yeah, it's interesting that Rocker wouldn't start in this game. They flip-flop those 2 out of the off day, and that's the prerogative of Skip Schumacher, certainly, and that's what he's decided to do in this case. There's Kumar Rocker, the former Vanderbilt Commodore, who's thrown it well this year after a tough year last year.
He really has been over the last month. Yeah, you take away just 1 outing, bad stinker against the Twins, and he's given up just 6 runs over the last 26 2/3 innings. So most of the season, outside of you're going to have those occasional bad games, he's been pretty consistent.
1-2 from Quantrill is below the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kerry Carpenter.
There's that split finger, just getting ahead and then just trying to get a chase from Kerry.
Two. Carpenter wands this ball into right center field. That was a sinker that stayed up, and Kerry's got the first hit of today's festivities.
Yeah, tried to sneak that one by him a little bit, showed that sinker, and then tried to get this one down, maybe trying to freeze Kerry, thinking that off that split finger that he might let it go, but that one just stayed up, and Kerry does a nice job of getting the ball elevated, not going after that split finger or sinker down, getting that sinker elevated, shoots it into center.
And he'll face Riley Green. Quantrill will, and there's ball 1. Quantrill is a second-generation Major League Baseball player. Dad Paul, a longtime major leaguer who's known primarily, I would say, for his time with the Toronto Blue Jays. That is just off the plate, maybe. Diaz going to challenge. It's presented by T-Mobile. And it is a strike. So we won't have a Randy Arozarena situation.
I was hoping you'd talk about that. I had the game on for a little bit, but I missed that part of it, and that was wild.
So if you didn't see it, Randy Arozarena used both of Seattle's challenges on the same pitch, basically, from Dylan Cease. It was a sinker inside corner, and in the same at bat in the first inning.
It wasn't back-to-back pitches. It was same at bat.
Same
okay.
at bat,
yeah.
Same sinker, same spot. He challenged both of them and lost both of them.
I told you it was a strike.
Just listen to me. I mean, the folks at T-Mobile who have their signage all over that ballpark in Seattle, if it was any other place, they'd be like, well, we're not getting our money's worth today. It was 2 and done.
Right.
But there's magenta. Mariners might as well wear magenta with how well they're interconnected with our friends at T-Mobile. 1-2 to Riley Green. And that misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I would imagine that Randy Arozarena today is not going to challenge a pitch against the Blue Jays. Just my guess.
Yeah, he might get a little talking to as to why he did that, but you know his personality.
2-2 hit down the right field line toward the pole. It goes. That is fair. 2-0 Tigers from Jump Street. He should go to Philadelphia too.
Absolutely he should. I was saying Riley likes these uniforms. This is a cutter that was supposed to be a backdoor cutter, and it leaked over the middle. And Riley now at this point is just going stay fair ball, stay fair ball. Gets the Tigers and Jack Flaherty off to a really good start.
Did you hear a crowd mic? They had the mic open down near the dugout. Somebody said, "For America," on the homer. Great. That's a called strike. Looked a little bit high, but a strike called nonetheless. 1-1 for Torkelson, who's asking the plate umpire, Brennan Miller, was that high? He didn't want to ask the video game system whether or not it was high.
No, and Riley, coming into the game against Quantrill, he was 3 for 13 with 6 strikeouts, and got into that true strike count, but got a mistake and he didn't miss it.
Those misses from Quantrill earlier in the inning suggested that might happen, and Riley didn't miss. That's strike 3. Torque knew it. If there are no ramparts to watch, can I interest you in a baseball down the right field line?
Bombs bursting in air. You gotta love it.
Tokens.
2-0 Tigers after a half inning here in Texas at Globe Life Field, the home of the Rangers since 2020. Jack Flaherty is on the hill. It's his second outing since his injured list stint. Our Wallside Windows starting pitcher, Dan Petrie. What did you like most from that prior season?
Well, we talked a little bit in the open just about how he used all 3 pitches to get swing and misses. It was the second most, 15 in just that 5-inning outing. But I really liked how he held his velocity on all 3 of those pitches from the first inning to the last, and he was actually throwing harder in the 5th inning than he was in the first. So that was really good to see.
He'll face Jock Peterson here, and we did not see Jock, who is a power merchant for Texas with 14 homers this year. This is chase rate against breaking balls. You see the Osuna number, the Young number, both pretty low. Carter at 25% as well. Those breaking balls you were talking about, Jack was watching dance last time against those Houston Astros. That's a called strike. Looked like it was below the zone on a curveball, but I think all of Major League Baseball is a little hesitant to challenge in the first inning after last night.
Right. Because everybody, I'm sure, is talking about it. And, oh, I'd never do that. Would you ever do that?
No, not me.
No, you're
not
right.
I. It's a check swing and a ball on Peterson. 1-2 for Jock.
You know, the other thing about that Astros lineup, there are a lot of right-handed hitters in that lineup, you know, so that's why Jack got that start, and that's going to make the breaking balls all that much better. So we'll see how those breaking balls react to these 6 left-handed hitters of the Rangers.
He goes fastball there to Jock Peterson, who's now 34 years of age. He has been power for hire throughout his major league career at 232 home runs. He braces for a curveball that's down 2-2 on Peterson, whose father Stu was a legend with AAA Syracuse. He's in the Hall of Fame for the AAA team that's now the Mets. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jock.
Missed with a couple of breaking pitches. See if he tries to throw that 3-2 fastball and see what kind of swing Peterson has.
It's a slider, and it ends up in center field. Took 7 pitches to get a result, and it's a base hit.
Yeah, look at the break on this slider. I think, you know, Jack just took a little bit of the break out of this pitch to kind of get like a get-me-over slider, almost like a cutter, just making sure that he threw a strike, and just took a little bit of the break, and it kind of stayed in the middle a little bit, and Jock Peterson able to hammer it up the middle.
The scouting report says don't throw him a pipe shot fastball, and that's why you end up with a get-me-over breaking.
Exactly, and that's why I was, you know, going into 3-2 like, you know, he's going to be hunting that 4-seam fastball. So he just puts a little bit of a wrinkle in it and hoping it went right at somebody, and it didn't.
2 strikes on Josh Smith, who had a pinch hit homer in the opener on Thursday. It's very weird to say that the middle game is 2 days after the opener, but that's the way it's gone with the World Cup and Major League Baseball accommodating very smartly. 2-strike pitch is drilled right center field. Outman is back, and he makes the catch. What a run by Outman to track that ball down deep in the recesses of Globe Life Field. Man, oh man.
Yes, absolutely. What a play right there, because off the bat you're thinking, boy, that's at least a double if it's not out of here. And he just took that nice angle right back towards the baseball. Jock Peterson was around second base, had to go back and retouch second base on returning to first. That's how much he thought that ball was going to be over Outman's head.
Having seen years worth of baseballs in this ballpark, Jock Peterson, including 2020 in the World Series with the Dodgers. He was one of the first guys to play extensively in this ballpark that wasn't a Texas Ranger. So 1-1 for Young, but man, James Outman, and when he got here, the idea was that James in center field was gonna run the baseball down.
Yeah, that was probably one of those reasons why they're wanting him out there. And the thing about him, you know, he might be striking out a little bit, but he's got that threat at the plate where you never know when he's going to run into one. And so far, he's ran into a couple here as a Tiger.
1-2 slider didn't get a nibble. Outman 3 home runs so far for the Tigers, as it's 2-2 on Young, who's been huge for this Texas team that once again opens play in first place in the American League West. Strike 3 called, and no challenge from Young. He didn't want to chance it, but it looked, Dan, like it might have been low.
Yeah, I thought live that it was, but Dingler catches him so well that I thought it caught the bottom, but just when you look at the replay, it might have been just low. But man, Dylan Dingler just presents it, and he probably got that call too, and Josh Young decided not to challenge.
There's so much value still in framing.
You bet.
For catchers to try to finagle that bottom rail. And we've heard guys talk about what if catchers start intentionally boxing catches to try to force a challenge. As that ends up down the first base line, that is a fair baseball, and Nimmo is out.
Boy, smart play by Spencer Torkelson there to come charging in to make sure that ball didn't go foul and he gets easy out.
We have the meat.
Oh, this is a good one. This is as many tie-ins as you can fit into a promo. This July, thank you. Celebrate America's 250th birthday with Tigers tickets starting at just $17.76 during the Stars, Stripes, and Savings sale.
Love it.
That's right. Catch every July home game for just $17.76. There's a base hit for you. Colt Keith is the March King. This patriotic deal, keep the music on. This patriotic deal is only available for a limited time. Visit tigers.com/July to get your tickets now. I feel like Saul Goodman.
There was all kinds of patriotism in that breed.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. Oh, we got Stars, we got Stripes. We
1776, yeah. Little music.
First pitch swing, Zach McKinstry in the air, left field line to the corner, and it's over the head of Osuna and down to the ground. He was pinned in the corner and he overran it, and the Tigers have 2 on with nobody out. That was a baseball bursting in air.
Wow, I just saw a glove fly out, and I thought maybe there was the glove got in the way, but yeah, he just overran it and it plopped right down into fair territory. But as it looked like it was going in the stands, and that thing just kept coming back and well fair.
They're going to call it E7. Well, let's see. It's second and third. Ben Malgiri, the batter, and the Tigers have seen 3 pitches in the inning and already have runners at second and third and nobody out.
Boy, how big a base hit would be right here, too. Rangers playing back.
Ground ball gets a run home. Throw to first is in time by Duran, but the Tigers will take it off the error. Keith is home, McKinstry to third, and it's 3-0.
Boy, that bat went down a hero. You can hear it snapping. Gets in on Malgiri, but he's able to punch it to shortstop. Just making contact, get that run in. Another productive out for Malgiri.
Yeah, really well done. You see the infield back, take it if it's there. It was, and now Outman would love a fly ball with the infield drawn in this time, and strike 1 to James. It's behind a fastball, 0-2 on Outman. James Outman's catch in the bottom of the first inning on the Josh Smith bid for extra bases saved the 0 that's on the board right now for Jack Flaherty. Outman guides this to first base, and Smith is there to make the play. Out at first, but it was very close.
It sure was.
Man, Outman behind the play was zipping down the line. And it looked like he might have
went past him, didn't it?
Yeah. I think he just got him, like just barely.
Wow. It just looked like Outman was in back of Quantrill, which he was. Oh, man.
Wow, is that close?
It probably just didn't feel like this early in the game. You just got to be absolutely sure, and that was probably a little too close to burn that challenge right here in the second inning.
And on that play would have been tough for McKinstry to come home with Smith charging the ball and all his momentum coming to the plate. Here's our Super Mo look. Yeah, by a toe.
Wow, look like.
Do you not buy it?
I'm just like both of them came down, but.
That's one of those, I don't know that either team would have challenged, right? If you call it safe on the field,
yeah.
I don't know that the Rangers challenged
Do
that
you really want to take a chance this early? And also, like you're talking about, just keeping the runner right there at third, just because Kevin McGonigal is coming up, and you know what he's done all season long, and just saying, you know what, we'll take a chance just having Kevin McGonigal at the plate to see if they can drive in Zach McKinstry.
Two one. Up and out, 3 balls and a strike on McGonigal. Quantrill had 2 outs in this game, 4 pitches in. In the next 26 pitches, he's given up 3 hits, 3 runs, a ball that led to an error down the left field line, and now this 3-1. That turns into ball 4. There's a stunned, less than celebratory silence.
A little bit of a hush, isn't there? And that's what makes it so tough. Like you can afford to not go on contact with that runner on third with the lineups flipping over, and you've got Kevin McGonigal and now this guy coming up who's done such a good job at getting 2 out RBIs this year.
First one. It's a ball inside. It was a splitter that faded. And a ball and no strikes on Dingler. Now, we saw the Rangers put up 10 runs on Thursday night. So as much cushion and distance as you can create is a good idea. Oh, look, a sinker to Dylan Dingler. Color a surprise.
And boring in on his hands. And I mean, he's been turning on those pitches over the last couple of weeks and rifling right down that third base line into that corner.
Well, you know, when you throw so many drill bits, finally you're going to puncture a piece of the wall that's a little load bearing.
And Dylan Dingler, I mean, there's nowhere for him to go. He's got to stride right out toward the pitcher, kind of holding to see what the ball's going to do, and then it's just kind of coming right in at him. There's just nowhere for him to go.
So Jordan Teagues, the pitching coach, is out to talk to Quantrill, who is 34 pitches in. Let's get a message from Figer Law, shall we?
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
Our friends north of the border lost 3-0 to Morocco in World Cup action earlier, and now Cal Quantrill, who was born in Canada, his dad, a longtime Toronto Blue Jay, is trailing 3-0 with 2 out in the second inning. Paul was a veteran of 7 major league teams, 6 years with Toronto, his longest stint, but a Red Sox, a Dodger, 2 years a Yankee and a Philly, a Padre and a Marlin to close his career. Cal Quantrill to Kerry Carpenter, who snaps at a first pitch splitter that was up.
You know, and just before he threw that pitch, he was looking in at Diaz, just saying, hey, wind up. You know, a lot of times pitchers will go in the stretch just with that runner on third. They don't like him racing down with the chance of balking, but they're giving him that opportunity to go from the windup.
You have to declare as well. Are you going to work out of the stretch or work out of the windup? So the umpire needs to see that as well, part of that conversation. And so it's 2 strikes on Carp.
And it gives that chance for the base runners to get a little bit bigger lead.
Oh, 2. Kerry takes in the dirt. Now this is going to be, at least for a time in this at bat, you would imagine a fishing expedition to see if they can get Kerry to get beat out of the strike zone.
And that's what they tried to do in the first inning right before the Riley Green home run. And he stayed off those until he got the elevated pitch.
High in the air center field. Carter's back, and he's there to make the catch. Tigers get one and leave them loaded. 3-zip on the Bet365 scoreboard.
All we do is win.
Tigers starting defense brought to you by Marygrove Awnings and Dan Petrie.
Yeah, left to right in the outfield. Riley Green in left. James Outman in center. Ben Mangieri in right. And clockwise around the infield. Colt Keith at third. McGonigal at short. Zach McKinstry at second. Spencer Torkelson at first. Doing the catching, Dylan Dingler.
Just got to get you ready for all the stuff on the Peacock broadcast tomorrow. You and Dave Raymond will have the call. We're wife
fun.
swapping.
That's right. I'm just going to go out and have some fun.
It'll be great to have you with Dave. He's a marvelous announcer and a great guy and a hilarious fella as well. And it's just fitting that we would have you two work together after we borrowed Mike Bassick for Sunday Night Baseball.
Back in May, exactly.
A great guy, Mike. 1-1 lifted to left center. It's right at Outman, like legitimately where the chart says you should play. Osuna hit it directly point A to point B at him.
And I just think that is one of the things. Look at that setup right there. And he had to come in like 2 steps. But I mean, the Tigers do such a wonderful job in their outfield placement. That's why they're able to run baseballs down, like Outman ran the ball down in the first inning. Gary Carpenter was able to run one down in the first inning to save a couple of runs on Thursday.
It's not a guess. It's an educated guess. It's an educated decision, really, by the Tigers to place outfielders where they are. And other teams do it, but the Tigers are fantastic at it. Big rip. Like a slow pitch softball rip by Duran there.
Yeah, sees that fastball and says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna let loose."
Another fastball, 1-2. He's slugging 200 points more on breaking balls than fastballs, Duran is. So that's why he's being fed a balanced diet of four-seamers. Jack gets in on him with a fastball here, and McGonigal's got to rush it to pick up out number 2.
You know, I think you just see so many times, though, that you think they're going to get a breaking ball, and they just keep the steady diet of fastballs as McGonigal comes in and makes that nice running scoop and throw over to first. But you know, they read the scouting report and they said, "Oh man, he threw a lot of breaking balls to right-handers." So they think they're going to get one, and they just reverse it. They reverse the scouting report and the game plan by just saying, "You know what? First time up, we're not going to give him, a breaking ball. We're going to just show him all those fastballs because he's going to think it." We've seen that countless times on this road trip already.
And after watching him for 2.5 seasons now, 2 seasons plus, Jack Flaherty, it feels like, is at his best when he gets evidence early that his fastball is very good.
No doubt.
Oh, man, look at that exploding changeup.
And every now and then, he throws one of those. Not many in a game, but that's when you say, why don't you throw that more often when you see that?
One and 2 for Carter. And he grazed him. A slider, a wayward slider. And the Rangers have their first base runner of the 2nd inning. That is just like, doesn't that beat all? I mean, Jack is just cruising, and then suddenly adversity frowns upon him.
And it's so frustrating. So frustrating when you do that as a pitcher. You know, and you talk about just pitching inside, and whether it be your fastball or a breaking ball or anything like that. And that's one of the detractors of why you don't. That you know you have to do it, but you don't want to clip somebody. And not that you're going to hurt the opponent. You don't care about that, but you're going to give up that base runner. And once you give up that base runner, even though there's 2 outs, anything can happen. And if you're Evan Carter, you're just sitting there just waiting for it, and you know it's going to hit you, and you don't dance to get out of the way.
This to shortstop. It's McGonigal to plant and throw with time to take care of the Rangers catcher Diaz. To the third, Tigers by 3.
You there.
Time for StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, and this is the at-bat Riley Green's two-run homer. Look at all the pitches on the outside part of the plate, and this one that he hits the home run on, oops, it didn't get on that outside part of the plate, and Riley Green is sitting there waiting for it, and it goes right into the barrel of the bat, and it stayed fair for the two-run homer.
And look where the first pitch is. Again, it's a curveball. It just shut off the inner half of the plate.
And that one leaked back over too, just a little bit slower than the cutter, just a little bit off, a little more off speed. But there again, goes right back to the four-seam fastball. But I think they're just trying to do their best to make sure they stay right away from Riley Green. Try not to let those pitches leak over the middle.
Two balls and a strike on Riley Green. The Rangers are in an interesting spot because they have not been 3 games over since April Fool's Day. They were 4-1 to open the year. And that's the last time they were 3 over. They have been living at the 50th percentile. I mean, it was 500, 1 over, 1 under, 500 again. And they're a half game up on Seattle, but Seattle's up 5-0 today on Toronto, and the Rangers are down 3-love as Riley Green hits that skyscraping fly ball short to medium center, and the catch made by Evan Carter for out number 1 with an exit ramp going on in front of him.
Yeah, the American League West just, I mean, it's just been, and then really that whole American League top there, just the Central's been the same way with Cleveland right back on top now and kind of in and out of the wild card. Yep, you're in the wild card one day, you lose one, you're not in the wild card anymore.
This is the wildest card you can imagine, really, in the first 88 to 90 games. The White Sox have been walked off twice in a row in Cleveland. They will play later on, and evidently Munetaka Murakami is getting closer and closer to coming back for the White Sox, who are now a game behind Cleveland for first place in the Central. 1-2 on Torque.
See, there's every now and then Cal Quantrill will almost drop down a little bit. He bends his waist over just slightly on that last pitch and then drops his arm angle down just to give those right-handed hitters a little bit different of a look. Then goes right back up, straight over the top. Yeah, there's a little bit more of a bend to drop the arm slot. And I think he'll do it occasionally on a left-hander too, just to get a little bit more side action on that sinker and a little bit more run.
Fly ball to right. Brandon Nimmo, who's been out for 6 days after warmly embracing a wall, makes the catch for out number 2. We mentioned Cal Quantrill's dad, Paul. He is the type of guy who bridged generations. You know those guys that play 15 years, something like that, and you go, wow, he played with that person and then with that late to play with that person as well. Paul Quantrill was kind of that guy. He was traded for, among others, early in his career, Billy Hatcher to the Phillies for Wes Chamberlain, among others. And then late in his career, he was traded for guys like Cesar Izturis and Tim Redding. I mean, they're a generation away. He made his debut, Cal's dad, Paul, in 1992, and his final season was 2005. He was first traded in 94. So throughout his career, he was a piece in a deal here and there. 1-1. That is the definition of cutter. That thing, that shape, will rip off the Band-Aids from your thumb.
Exactly. That's the one where, but look at the target. The target is inside, and that's the one that's boring in. And it comes out of the hand. You can see Cole Keith kind of leaning out a little bit, thinking it's going to be out of over the plate, then ends up on his knuckles.
There are some cutters that don't have the same sort of aggressive properties in on the hands to a left-hander.
But some pitchers will try to backdoor it also, as well as coming in.
Three and two. Fastball by him. 1-2-3 inning for Quantrill for the first time today. 3-0 Tigers.
At michigan.gov/problem gambling.
It was a rare Friday off day, well spent by some of the Tigers' starting rotation. Jack Flaherty, Tarek Skubal, and Casey Mize all spent the day across the street at AT&T Stadium, which was hosting a World Cup game. It was a matchup between Australia and Egypt. Now, Jack is starting to like soccer a little bit more. His fiancée, Katie Johnson, is a former professional soccer player. She played in the National Women's Soccer League for a while, and then she also played for Team Mexico on the international stage. So she's got Jack kind of hooked on the whole soccer thing right now, not even just the World Cup. Jack finds himself watching Premier League games. She's there with him, and he's bouncing questions off her, understanding the game a little bit more. So she was also there with Jack at the game yesterday. They had a really good time. Jack said the atmosphere was something he was really looking forward to when I talked to him on Thursday, the way that the U.S. has embraced World Cup fans from all over the nation, and they got to spend some time doing that yesterday. And Katie was the most excited to attend the game, guys.
Well, certainly, and by the way, you know, if you're not a big soccer fan, just know that when we come to these cities, you cannot avoid the enrapturing quality of the game of football internationally, right? You see it everywhere. I mean, we were at dinner last night, Daniela, and the whole restaurant was hanging on every shot in Argentina and Cape Verde.
How awesome was that too, when you see the small countries like Cape Verde that get a chance, and there's probably people that had never even heard of Cape Verde until they were playing against Argentina and giving them a run for their money. The World Cup is special. It creates some great sporting events, something that goes down in history like a game like that, and it brings so many people together. It was really fun.
Mo Salah, who was the star for Egypt in this city yesterday, was dancing in the streets of Dallas-Fort Worth with fans of Egypt for hours after that match yesterday. So the flavor hits the city we're in. It's inescapable in a great way.
And remember the 2-2 tying goal, Jason, in the Argentina-Cape Verde game. The Cape Verde player that scored, beautiful goal, was in the crowd celebrating.
Yeah,
we still had game to play.
We should do that in baseball.
Yeah, that's right.
Hit a homer and just jump into the crowd. Ground ball first base, that is Torque, and that is Jack, and that is easy for out number one.
You know, just Daniela's interview with the Aussies, you know, on Thursday.
Daniela!
In the shoey and it, but how long they've been in the country? They've been over here, what, for 3 weeks, and they're still going to be over here. I mean, those are once in a lifetime trips. It's not coming over for one game. It's coming over and traveling around and seeing a lot of the United States and taking in a baseball game. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime trip, let alone get to see your country represented in soccer.
Another chance for 3-1. Torque to Jack. 2 gone.
What are the odds of that happening?
Not very good.
3-1?
Well, oh, wow. I bet you 3-1 it doesn't happen again.
Let's see. I don't know.
I don't know. Josh Smith. Get a sinker in. I wonder how many innings have gone 3-1, 3-1, 3-1 in history.
You know what? I'm sure that there's a stat and you can look it up. I'm sure.
I'm sure Hot Corner's got the answer.
Oh, Hot Corner will, yeah. Might take a while, though, right?
Well, yeah, because Hot
How
Corner,
many-
I think, might have been overserved in the off day yesterday. Hot Corner was out at the cabana by the pool. 1-1 for Smith. Toasted corner. Ball and a strike. Bunt shown on a curveball in 2-1. That's probably not a great idea on that pitch.
No, and I'm sure they would think, you won't try it again. You showed it once. You won't do it again. And he got the wrong pitch on that sinker down and away. I'm sure he wanted something inside so he could take it with him to give us a chance for another 3-1.
Instead, it's just strike three. 1-2-3 inning for Jack Flaherty. Oh boy. Oh no. Hot Corner, don't do it. Daniela's got the story next.
And again.
Top of the fourth inning, it is 3-0 Tigers. Zach McKinstry is the hitter. And a first pitch ties him up. It's a strike. Elias Diaz wanted to appeal to third base umpire Willie Traynor. He didn't have to.
And Zach McKinstry went right to the top of his helmet, too, but was not looking back at Brennan Miller.
Oh boy, it's 3 unassisted. And there's one away. They're trying to set a Guinness record here in Texas today, and Daniela Bruce was on the scene. Daniela?
I'm just finding all the fun in this series, you guys. Our Henry Ford Health Injury Update is everybody outside Globe Life Field today making sure that they stay hydrated as they tried to set the record, and they did set the world record for world's largest beer glass. It was 630 gallons of beer, beating the previous record, which was set in England, of 550 gallons. And there was an official Guinness World Record adjudicator on site today, and I got to chat with him about the entire process. Actually really interesting, you guys. They started setting this up months ago. They knew he was going to be on site. He brings engineers with him because he doesn't know how to measure the gallons to make sure that it actually does break the record. And then they had to go back into this little truck trailer thing and count. And then he came back out and made the announcement and presented the world record plaque.
Amazing. Amazing. Here's a pop-up first base side. Malgiri is out. Josh Smith makes the catch. Did you talk to the what do you call him, like a steward, adjudicator?
Adjudicator, yes.
Did you talk to him about any other records he's seen?
I did. So the strangest one that he has been a part of, which was recent, it was in Canada, and it was the largest collection of people in dinosaur costumes.
Excuse me?
It was like 300 or 400, something like that.
I thought you were going to say it was 5.
No. I mean, you would think it might be 5 because I've never seen a group of people in dinosaur costumes, but they've got a world record for everything. Everything.
Well, this July the 4th is the gluttony holiday as well, because you can go down a rabbit hole of the Joey Chestnut deal, right, where it's most hot dogs and all that you hear about, as Outman hits this to center field. Quick 1-2-3 inning, but there's a record for like every food, even the most cottage cheese eaten in 1 hour by Dan Peach. Oh no, they're here.
Daniela!
Everyone, only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Josh Young has a grand total of 7 hits against the Tigers this year. You see him peeling out of the box in StatCast Stadium, and just a couple of fastballs up. But when they have gotten him out, it has generally been inside where those 2 fastballs are. But it's like a sinker in on the hands has been the best weapon against Young, who struck out looking his first time up. And you see right there, Jack comes inside with a curveball to try and tie him up. 0-1. Our Chevy's strongest player is the largest drop in whiff rate across Major League Baseball. It's Mike Trout, been two guys in this game. Z-Mac has lowered the swing and miss rate quite a bit, and Josh Young has paid that off in a big way, down to under 20%. And you see sinker in, curveball in,
coming in,
trying to challenge his hands.
And just a typical, really right-handed. I mean, not every right-handed, but majority are high ball hitters too. They like that ball up. And on the other flip side, left-handers generally like that ball down.
From Daniela's report, it seems as though a lot of folks out in the plaza earlier are high ball hitters too.
I'd like that little ladder that was going up, kept waiting for somebody to dive in there, you know, or a dunking like a dunking booth.
Yeah, dunk
Don't
tank.
waste it.
No.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, dunk tank.
You add one letter to dunk tank and you might have something that's usable later on.
Jason, you make me laugh right before I get to talk with my mic open. Everyone's like, what's Daniela laughing at again down there? But I will say they're not wasting that beer. They're actually donating it to local farms for fertilizer.
Excuse me?
Yes, that's very true. It's a Guinness World Record thing. It has to be recycled in some way. That's one of the stipulations to actually receive the Guinness World Record.
So they mix it with water and sprinkle it out amongst the crops?
Unfortunately, I didn't get as far as talking to the farmers about how they're going to use it.
I will say,
you know, like just pour it out. You don't just pour it out. You gotta.
There's probably a way that you properly use beer or alcohol to fertilize, but I would think the opposite, actually.
I will say anybody who has had a long night in college knows that you can turn beer into fertilizer. 2-2. It's fouled away to the right side.
And hot corner. Where's hot corner when you need them?
Oh, hot corner is the.
You guys are putting a lot of pressure on hot corner today.
No, hot corner is just enjoying the festivities. Let's say 2-2 for Young. Long sequence ends up in a fly ball to right. Malgiri is back there and he makes the catch. So Flaherty gets the better of Young on the 8th pitch of the at bat, and there's one away, Dan.
Yeah, you see that they tried to always try to get in, but it's not always that easy, because we talked about it a little bit earlier about you don't want to clip somebody just with their jersey hanging over, and as much as you wanted to get in there, it still kind of leaked over the plate a little bit. Young was able to make decent contact, but a nice fly ball for that first out.
Jack is all over the strike zone early in this game. 2 3-ball counts, but he's not walked a batter as yet. Foul ball off Nimmo's bat, 0-2. So Brandon Nimmo traded for Marcus Semien in the offseason, and he has left a Mets team that is 16 games under 500. At Atlanta later tonight. And if you missed it earlier, later on this evening, the All-Star game rosters will come out. The Tigers will find out who's going to the All-Star game in Philadelphia. And Tigers fans did everything that they could, considering record, to try to pump up some players. And the hope is that a handful of Tigers will have the chance to go coming up next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. 1-2 to Nimmo. He did not want to swing, but those neurons start to fire and you just can't do anything about it. Strike 3, third punch out for Jack.
Boy, and right now, all of the strikeouts have come on that four-seam fastball. And again, it's just they keep thinking that they're going to see breaking balls, the knuckle curve, the slider, just because of how many he threw last time, the success he had with it. And then Jack is just saying, you know what, I'm going to stay with that four-seam fastball. And right now, it's working out for him as far as the strikeout is concerned. It's good to see his velocity continuing to hold too. It held last game and it's holding this game.
it allows him to be in the game longer. A.J. Hinch, you would imagine, will give Jack more leeway when he sees those results second and third time through, as this is popped up third base side. Keith roams over and makes the catch, and Jack Flaherty completes another 1, 2, 3 innings, 7 in a row retired.
A RAV4. Let's go places.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. By your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers, and by Figer Law. All we do is win. First pitch, top 5. McGonigal fly ball left field and playable for Osuna, who atones for the earlier ball that ended up over his glove and behind him. That led to a run in the second inning.
Yeah, you see him slamming on the brakes as he was coming up onto that foul line, just saying, you know what, I got to stop here and make sure that that ball doesn't come back.
First pitch out for the second time for McGonigal, and now Dylan Dingler takes a strike, a fastball in the middle of the plate. Dylan Dingler, in terms of single season WAR leaders, he is tied for 15th already. We showed this to you about a week and a half ago. He keeps this up though, as Quantrill knocks that down. He just kind of slid the glove in there and clipped it for out number 2. But Dylan Dingler is going to have one of the best seasons for a Tigers catcher ever by the time this is over, if he stays healthy.
And just the amount of work that he puts in, to me, is just off the charts. Just everything he does on the game planning side, getting the pitchers ready. And then I'm just blown away at how early. He's always the first player out on the field before the game, before the pitchers go out, before any of the coaches go out. Plus everything that he has to get ready for offensively. Taking early batting practice, getting in the cage.
Out of necessity, when he was in college at Ohio State, he just played center field. He hadn't played center field very much in his life, but they needed a center fielder, so they threw him out there in center field, and he was good at it. Ground ball second base. Nicky Lopez completes a 5-pitch inning for Quantrill, who's retired 10 straight.
No better lawyers.
Happy 4th of July across America and beyond, wherever you might be. Celebrating America's 250th with baseball. We have an all-independence team. Sloan Vernon, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin Hauser of the Boston Rustlers and the Braves, Thomas Jefferson, Davis Bridges, Jay, and then Xander Hamilton, who's not going to throw away his shot with the Minnesota Twins. Oh, there's a second page. The Battle of Trenton Brooks, the Battle of Rudy Yorktown. Wow. This is, if there's a third page, I don't know, it should be sent to the Emmy committee. That is a getup.
Hot corner dug deep for that all team right there.
Exceptional. Exceptional. Very well done. Jack Flaherty to Ezekiel Duran. Strike 1. Amazing. How'd you like to be Xander Hamilton after Lin-Manuel Miranda's musical, right? You're doing okay, because not everybody really has an intricate knowledge of the secretary or the creator of the treasury, right? And then that musical comes out, and oh boy, the jokes write themselves. Your life changes.
And I haven't seen that.
Hamilton?
No.
Where have you been?
I know.
You go to the symphony every year. You're a cultured human.
I know. And I see all the reviews and everything, and I know. I haven't seen it.
Wow.
Yeah. I know you bring it up, and that's why I'm sitting there going,
But you're a staple at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah. I mean, on the pop side, but I keep saying every time I go, I need to take you. I know you would like it.
I'd love to go. Thanks for the invite. I'll take you to Hamilton.
There we go. That's a trade-off. There we go. I'll pick the right one. I've got the tickets next year already. Well, I mean, signed up for them. Don't have the tickets physically in my hand yet, but I'll have to look at. I'll show you the lineup, and then we'll make plans to go.
That sounds great. 2-2, fly ball center field. Outman is there, and it's quiet uptown for Ezekiel Duran. One away, and we get a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Now during employee pricing for everyone, get $10,002 in savings on the 2026 F-150 XLT 4x4. See your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today.
Another one, Jason, where James Outman was standing right out there, right in line with that line drive off the bat of Duran. Have to move just a couple of steps.
You better do it right in this ballpark, too, because there are gaps here.
Yeah. There's a couple of those nooks and crannies out there in that right center and left center.
Carter bidding for one in left center, and he's there. Outman smashes it down to the turf and keeps it in front. Thankfully, Carter is on with a base hit, just the second for the Rangers today. Boy, Outman gave that quite a bid.
Didn't he? He looked like he was in between at least twice on his route about should I dive? Should I dive? No. Yes. I mean, he was, from the second he took off, he was wondering if he was going to dive. Couldn't quite make up his mind, and then at that last split second said, I'm going for it. And was able to knock that down and hold Carter to that single.
Now Diaz takes a curveball, 1-0. Carter is 10 for 10 in stolen bases. He has about a quarter of the Rangers' stolen bases this year. But with one out, down 3-0, we'll see if they push the button on that. It's 2-0 on Diaz, who did have 2 extra base hits on Thursday night.
You know, and Jack does a good job of kind of holding the baseball and varying his looks and deliveries to home. And of course, you got the equalizer behind the plate in Dylan Dingler, especially. He's going to get a good look at Carter should he take off. With that right-handed hitter in there, Dylan right out of the corner of his eye is going to be able to really get a good jump on coming up and getting in that throwing position.
And that's part of the reason Dylan Dingler should really be an all-star this year, and we'll find out later if he is. But this guy dissuades the running game as well as anybody in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, and you look at the caught stealing this year, and it might not be what it was last year, but there's a lot of late inning stolen bases that are not Dylan Dingler's fault. They're much more on the fault of the pitchers that happened to be out there at the time. There were some double steals involved in there where they were just walking in to second and third.
Well, you have Carter at first base, who is, for his career, 29 for 31 in the regular season in stolen bases. You add 3 more in the playoffs, 3 for 3. He is 32 for 34 in his major league career. 2-2 to Diaz. And Carter draws a throw. There should be a microphone that a pitcher can use when he gets booed for throwing over to first, and you could say, if you all agree he won't run, I won't throw to first.
I just say, hey, I didn't want to throw over there. They called it.
2-2 is snapped foul by Diaz again.
And there's a good example of Jack just coming down and holding it for a while, then thrown over to first, and then now coming set and going quickly to home. Very difficult for Evan Carter to just read when he's going to go home, when he's going to hold the baseball, when he might flip over to first.
2-2, check swing, he might have. And he did, strike 3.
Ooh, I like John Tumpain's out call here. Oh, absolutely he did. But I love the way John Tumpain, just that little pop of his right fist.
Strikeout number 4 for Jack. St. Lawrence's finest, John Tumpane. See him over in the corner there next to Carter. John Tumpane's the umpire that somebody was going to jump off the, or like was falling off the bridge in Pittsburgh, and he rescued the person. The umpire over at first
right here.
base there. Yeah. John's a great guy.
Just not flashy, just got it. When was
a bunch of years ago.
Remember that now, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of years ago, but he saved somebody from going over the edge of the bridge in Pittsburgh because he's walking back to the hotel or to the stadium. John is that notwithstanding, he is a great guy and a very good umpire.
And it witnessed right there, just because he did definitely go.
Right to first. John watching over out number 3, inning over. We'll go to the 6th. Jack Flaherty, superb again.
It's what you bring. Official whiskey of Major League Soccer.
America Bank game summary. Riley Green, the big swing. With Dan Petrie in the background. 2-run home run. You were just talking about his personality, and then he deposits a ball down the right field line for a 2-run shot, and the Tigers had the lead at 2-0. Then in the 2nd inning, they added on one more, and it's 3-0. Tigers have been getting a lot of their runs from homers, and it all started in Tampa on June the 1st. The Tigers, since the first day of June, have the highest percentage of runs by way of the home run in Major League Baseball. As Tyler Alexander is on, our former friend and current friend to a number of Tigers, throws strike 1 to Riley Green.
Tyler was in the game on Thursday. He's right in the midst of a 8-inning scoreless streak, dropping his ERA from 3.21 to 2.50.
Check swing and a strike. 0-2. Our wall side windows pitching change is to Tyler Alexander, who went to high school down this way, South Lake Carroll High School, TCU, that proud program in Fort Worth, in the Metroplex, as they call it around here, in the shadow of Sundance Square.
He's becoming a valuable piece also, just closing games, saving games, opening games. Here he's tasked for just keeping the Rangers in the game. Keeping it right here at 3-0 for Skip Schumacher.
Two and 2. In there, strike 3 on a fastball and 1 away. So speaking of Alexander and his time at TCU, you talk about kismet and fortune for Skip Schumacher, who joined this Rangers organization last year in an advisory role, then took over the managerial reins for Bruce Bochy this year. Skip's son, Brody, is a highly thought of infielder who's been traveling with him some this year, but a highly thought of baseball player. And Brody has actually committed to TCU. He's going to play in the area, so Skip will be able to watch his son.
And that nice, they miss so much, of family time and everything being involved in the game, and that'll, certainly free him up to go out there and see a lot more. That's a great situation.
They'll open in February of next year. Well, Skip's in spring training, but once they're back here, be a great chance. Swing and a miss on a changeup. That's the full Tyler Alexander experience. 2 down.
Boy, that's become a big pitch for Tyler. It's his most used pitch now. Still pairs that really well with this cutter. But boy, he's making real good pitches. Spencer Torkelson made really good pitches to Riley Green. Riley just walked back to the dugout and just kind of tipped his hat on that last pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, thinking it was going to be a breaking ball, and it just held true.
First pitch, ball 1. But Skip Schumacher has a little Dan Petrie in him too. He's a Southern California guy at heart. They have some family in the Anaheim area, so when the Rangers go to play the Angels There's a lot of, and I know you did this in your youth too, a lot of like bodyboarding, wakeboarding,
body surfing. Troy Melton.
Yeah.
You know what I did? Did he go to Edison High School? I just saw that the
Troy?
other day. No.
Oh, Skip.
Yeah.
I believe so. That sounds right.
I'll look it up.
Aliso Nagel. Aliso Nagel.
Yeah. It's down by.
Higashioka went to Edison.
I was going to say, I know it was just somebody
Yeah.
that I was looking up on the Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Higashioka. 1-2, Alexander to Keith. The rare 2 first name, last name battle. Fly ball center field. Carter trails the ball to make the catch and ends the inning. 1-2-3 for Alexander. Don't miss a second of Tigers baseball. Stream America's pastime in real time for just $19.99 a month on Detroit Sportsnet. Be as locked in as that young man there. Presented by Bet365, subject to national exclusivities. Terms and conditions apply. Subscribe by visiting tigers.com/DSN. The thought bubble there actually was, I wonder why Dad went to red instead of X out of the break.
I'm looking at the cotton candy, too. You know who I think of, too, when I see cotton candy?
Who's that?
Johnny Kane.
Yeah, you do.
Johnny Kane and the blue cotton candy at Comerica Park.
That is our producer, Jason Disick's son, Evan, who is a wonderful young man. His friend, Sloan. And it's a family trip down here to Texas, and we love having Diz and his family. Great people. Great people. Great artists, the two of them as well.
And you know, what a trip to bring them on to with the fantastic firework display that took place at the resort yesterday out on the golf course. Everybody out by the pool enjoying the off day.
Perfect. It's a ball down 2-2 on Jock Peterson. This is a big inning for Jack Flaherty here. Dan, it's the third time through. He's allowed 2 hits, 3 base runners. Nobody's been past first in the game.
And you just love the pitch count, and you'd love to see him go through this inning as quick as possible with a chance for one more, but he's got to make it really, really quick.
Two and two. Reaches out at a curveball that was a baseball away from the strike zone. That shows how comfortable or not the Rangers are today.
Yeah, I think just wanted to make sure that that didn't come back and clip that outside part of the plate. Just making sure you're covering both sides.
2-2, blazes a trail by him, a fastball for strikeout number 5 for Jack. Well done.
Boy, and again, just that's a great location too. After spotting the curveball, I know Dylan wanted it inside, but that is up. It's so hard to catch up to that. You see the bat just go right underneath that.
One down for Josh Smith, who swings through a curveball. The whole arsenal is there tonight for Jack.
I was going to say, it's almost like a little bit of reverse tunneling in a way, showing the curveball and then that fastball kind of, oh, he just showed me a curveball. Here comes another one, and that shoots straight up. Oh, there it is again.
That changeup.
That's at least 3 that have been really good.
It's a lot of fastball. It's a lot of fastball,
Yes.
but everything is playing off the fastball. All the changeups have been effective.
They have.
0-2. Curveball winds inside. One, two. Fly ball right field. Malgiri is there to make the catch. 2 gone. Jack Flaherty's cruising, Daniela.
I talked to Casey Mize today about Jack's return to the rotation after the IL stint, and Casey said he's striking out the world right now, missing bats, and looks a lot more like the Jack Flaherty that we know and that we love. He said he can really be a stopper for us that knows how to shut down a team's offense. But right now, the entire rotation is impressed with the way Jack Flaherty is throwing and the way that he's got himself back in the strike zone, finding that swing and miss.
He's got 2 out quickly here. They all see, Dan. You know when your rotation is passing the baton well. And the Tigers did it at a historic clip before Thursday's game, I should say.
They did, and it was all started by Jack last Sunday.
It's a foul ball, 1-1.
But Jack was asked about that injury that he had when he landed on the IL, and was talking about I could push through that. I think if I had to, I could have pushed through it, but let me get it right. Let me make sure I get it right and heal properly instead of favoring it and then altering something and end up hurting your arm. But it probably allowed him to go back and examine some things, look at some more data, some more analytics, and get his mechanics straight, and it's worked out perfectly.
Young to left center field. Outman has it sail by him to the wall. 2 bases for Josh Young. He's the first in scoring position today for Texas.
We're just talking that last at bat, how you like to get that ball in. And you see how it just stays right in the middle of the plate. And this time James Outman is kind of shaded more over towards right center. And this one goes into left center and just couldn't quite catch up to it.
That will be the last act for Jack Flaherty in the game. You have 2 lefties coming up, Nimmo and Osuna on the way. And the Tigers will dip into the bullpen for Tyler Holton after this.
Internet.
5 2/3 for Jack Flaherty today, Dan.
Yeah, how about that fastball? It was one of the best pitches today. Made all of his pitches better. It made his slider, his curveball all the better. But that fastball at the top of the strike zone really set everything up. The other pitch was this changeup that he happened to break out. Got some really uncomfortable looking swings. Got an out this inning on a fly ball to right. Another fine outing. Now it's up to Tyler Alexander to strand that runner at second base and give Jack Flaherty 2 outings with no runs allowed.
And with Holton coming in left on left, you do sever some of Nimmo's power. He's been better against right-handers than left-handers. That was close and a challenge coming.
The pitch was called a ball. Catch is challenging.
It's presented by Figer Law. It's an ABS challenge by Dylan Dingler. It's either 1-1 or 0-2.
The pitch is the ball.
Oh my goodness.
Detroit has 1 challenge remaining.
I mean, that is wow.
Yep. I'm sure Dylan, I mean, we haven't seen him miss. I don't recall him missing. I mean, he has gotten so many of those that he has got part of the strike zone by that much.
Especially down there. The Tigers are 2nd overall in ABS challenge percentage in Major League Baseball at upwards of 60%. That's including everybody on the team. 2-1 to Nimmo. On the ground, second base, McKinstry, the scoop, and the inning is over. To the 7th we go. The Tigers still hold a 3-0 lead.
Are professional grade.
Carhartt presents the Tiger of the Day. It could be anybody, providing that anybody has played at least 1 game for the Detroit Tigers. And it's Tony Bernazard, who played 10 Major League Baseball seasons. Wasn't known primarily as a Tiger, but he played a grand total of 6 games with the Tigers. He had the Cleveland record for most homers by a switch hitter, and then Jose Ramirez came around after Carlos Baerga. Tony Bernazard out of Puerto Rico, who played for more than a decade in Major League Baseball. He's known for his time with the White Sox. He was a Montreal Expo first. As Ben Peoples, a former White Sox farmhand, makes his major league debut, or Wallside Windows pitching change. So he now is eligible to be Ranger of the Day over on their telecast.
There it is. Yeah, just recalled on Thursday. Didn't appear in that game. Last pitched on Sunday down in Round Rock. That bullpen's getting a lot of use, and I think they're just kind of making sure that they keep a lot of those arms fresh down there. Moving people in and out.
On the ground, that was well played defensively by the Rangers setup-wise. Ezekiel Duran makes the play, and there's one down. And now a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
This is the rare opportunity for Ben Malgiri to teach the pitcher what it's like to be in Major League Baseball. Ben made his debut recently for the Tigers, but he is a veteran compared to Peoples. Ben Malgiri, 3 for 13 now in his Major League career with 3 knocked in. Peoples is from Columbia, Tennessee, which is south enough of Nashville that you should mention the expressway you'd take to get there. It's I-65. He was a 22nd round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays in 2019 out of high school, and then pitched through the minor leagues with Tampa Bay until he was sent to the White Sox last year, and then threw in AAA for Chicago to a 2.39 ERA, as you saw this season. 1-2 on the ground to shortstop. It's a diving effort from Duran, and he's not going to get Ben Malgiri, who was hustling out of the box with an infield single.
Yeah, Malgiri was flying down that line. That ball just gained speed as it's going up the middle, and a fine play by Duran just to get to it. Comes up firing, but look at Ben Malgiri. I mean, he beats that easy. He was flying down the line out of that right-handed batter's box also.
He can smell a hit.
Oh, man. And a nice lead over at first, too.
People's going to pay attention. He's not that time, and it's strike 1 to Outman. That is a big lead, Dan. He has not used it yet.
It is. I'm just looking at People's delivery to home. Kind of lifts that leg up a little bit and long arms the ball, but again, they might leave that hole open over there for Outman.
Oh, 2. That's upstairs. He wasn't going to bite. 1-2 for Outman. One-two fouled away. You saw our CNL Ward on deck hitter Kevin McGonigal, who's had 2 first pitch outs and then a walk as well. So we'll see how he handles Peoples. One and 2 again for Outman. Malgiri at first. Check swing. He did not go.
Good take. Had aspirations of pulling the trigger and then realized it was a slider. It was going to break off the plate. And was able to hold up.
Two and 2.
I like how you keep your eye on those foul balls. That was on the trajectory of here.
I almost mentioned it, but we're on Saturn here, so we're not gonna.
We're up a little bit high, but I just you see those. You're paying close attention to those foul balls.
Self-preservation. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Peoples. His first major league strikeout is the second out in the 7th inning here on July the 4th, 2026.
And then they toss the ball out, get that authenticated. Be waiting for him when he comes in after the game.
What a story to tell, though, to the kids, to the grandkids in the future. My first strikeout was on the 250th anniversary of America's birth. It's a great story regardless, but to be able to say that that happened and is true is extra special for Peoples, who meanders his way out of the 7th inning. Tigers still lead 3-0 at the Tiger Laws 7th inning stretch.
Chevy Detroit, together let's drive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. By USAA, who proudly salutes our military who made America's 250th possible. And by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. Bottom of the 7th inning, and time for the USAA salute to service. Take me out to the ball game here in Arlington at Globe Life Field. The Tigers trying to protect a 3-0 lead, and Kader Montero, after Tyler Holton got the final out of the 6th. Montero, the wall side windows pitching change, and he was a lifesaver for the Tigers on Wednesday in the Bronx.
He sure was. I mean, came in and threw the 10th and 11th innings, picked up the win in that final game against the Yankees, and he was on his 5th day, and AJ alluded to, hey, look, we're going to use this guy. It's not going to be every 5th day, and as good as he threw, rearing back and throwing the ball by people, but just the nerves of steel. I mean, by not giving up a run in that 10th, where they just bunted the runner over to 3rd, and he had to get a strikeout to leave him there, and just to pick up that scoreless inning in the 10th, and then the big inning, the top of the 10th by the Tigers. They're turning to Kader Montero to shut the door here again on the Rangers.
He struck out Oswaldo Cabrera in that inning, then intentionally walked Ben Rice, got a strikeout of Sanchez, and the inning was over. Montero to the hill, Daniela.
Yeah, Kader Montero actually as a kid had the dream of not only starting a big league game but also closing a big league game. So he gets to do a little bit of both. Feels like it's the perfect pitching staff for him to be a part of, to get a taste of both of those different options. And AJ Hinch says he may be used a little differently than a regular reliever, expecting him to go 40 or 50 pitches sometimes, but they love everything that he's done so far, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he was efficient the other day as well. And AJ Hinch is just looking for guys who can close the deal, and he got that from Montero. And AJ has always said, you'll know how I think of somebody as that ball's hit in the air for right field. Malgiri makes the catch, and there's one away. Where you get deployed tells the story.
Yeah, and you can see it, like Daniela said. He also started and also relieved and got a save in the playoffs for the Tigers. Started in 24 and then the save in Seattle. So he's pitched in some really big games, and these big moments don't faze him.
One down for Duran, who's been sort of the offensive Kader Montero for the Rangers. About a month, 2 months in, he looked like an all-star. They got him a t-shirt that referred to him as a superhero called The Solution. because of all the answers he provides Texas defensively. As that ball's a little bit low, 1-1. You put him anywhere, and he's been very good. The offense has declined some in the past couple of weeks, but the Rangers wouldn't be where they are 2 over without him. 1-1. On the ground to shortstop, McGonigal, long peg, one motion, got his man, 2 down. Kevin knows the timing very well. He knew who was running, and he beat Durant.
He showed his arm off a couple of times in today's game, and I like this quick release. Just has his body planted, then reaches in. He's already got his body planted, just reaches back and then just throws it almost like a catcher throwing down to second base. Perfect footwork, body angled right over towards first, and a quick release.
Imagine the party in Delaware County if Kevin McGonigal in his first major league season is an all-star in Philadelphia. There will be a secondary market all to its own.
Think about just the thrill, if that happens, of him being introduced and being at that game, standing on that field. A little boy dreaming about that and making it come true.
We'll find out in a couple hours whether or not Kevin McGonigal is going to be an all-star. But, I mean, we were talking to him on the podcast, and he said all of his friends' parents were union workers, just blue-collar people, hard workers. And you think of the lesson for everybody in the area. Just throw yourself at something, and you'll become it. It's not that simple, but Kevin McGonigal makes it look that easy sometimes. As there's ball 4. Evan Carter is on for the 3rd time this afternoon. First walk for Texas in the game.
I'm going to say that almost came out of nowhere, too. Cater Montero was just filling up the strike zone, first 2 hitters. And then 4 straight balls, but 2 outs here. Just get this final out. Get the guys back in to hit.
He's ahead of Elias Diaz. Range is a little bit high. It's a ball and a strike on Diaz. You would imagine Montero, if he can be at all efficient in this inning, is going to have at least 2.
You know, you're as well as he threw. You know, you'd love to have him get out of this, close it, keep that pitch count down, and go out and shut it down.
Second base, Zemak. About a dozen pitches for Montero to get through the 7th. Tigers still lead.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Tigers have already scored more runs in this game, so tomorrow visit a participating Arby's location and get a free small order of curly fries. Team bus after the game Thursday drove past an Arby's, and you know, I mean, had we been able to stop with the families on the bus, I think it would have, you know, it would have been a nice consolation.
Was it still open? That was a long game.
It was not.
Oh, so without there, that's probably why it didn't stop.
That's probably
right.
Why. Yeah, that's the reason. Dylan Dingler takes a strike from Peoples, who's on his 2nd inning of work. Ben Peoples making his major league debut, as Dylan Dingler did in the second half of 2024 for the Tigers. Fly ball right field. Brandon Nimmo traces it deep into the shadows to make the catch. One down, Kerry Carpenter on the way, and our Bet365 odds update. Kerry is plus 275 for that second hit, minus 425 for not the second hit.
That first hit he got was a big one, though. Kept that inning alive for Riley Green's at bat.
And we haven't seen a run since the second inning. Tigers got the 2 in the first, then 1 more in the second. That's it. These pitchers are gunning strikes. This has been a rapid fire deal to this point. Every time the Rangers don't score at home, the odds of the narrative of they can't hit the ball well in this ballpark creeping back up tend to increase, because that was the whole conversation the first month and a half for this club was, why are they not hitting home runs? Why are they not scoring runs at home? As Carpenter tomahawks this ball to right. Nimmo again makes the catch and 2 away. You would think that 10-run Thursday would dispel that some, but then you put up a 0 and everybody goes, well, you only average 5.
You know, and it's just the contact to me has been a little bit different in this game. I mean, there's been some line drives right at people in the outfield a little bit, but it just seemed like the other day it was like everything that was hit on the ground was gathering speed a little bit and just perfectly placed. Today it's a little bit different. Yes, there's been some hard contact, but everything just seems to be right at them in the infield. Little kind of dribblers right at the Tigers infielders. If they do hit it hard, it's an outfielder in the gap standing there for the Tigers too. Just seems like everything they put in play the other day was falling. There was some jam shots that made their way in.
Yeah, 17 total hits for Texas.
Yeah, and then a couple of swinging bunts and well-placed ground balls.
This Rangers team will have the top of the order coming in the bottom of the 8th. It's Lopez, Peterson, and Smith. 3 left-handers scheduled for Skip Schumacher in that home 8th. That's a strike, and Riley declines to challenge. Tigers only have 1 left, and you can understand trying to protect a lead, you don't necessarily want to swallow up a challenge offensively.
Just in case.
But that looked up.
You know, and it did. I'm not sure if it just clipped the top, but that's one of those ones that, you know, Riley very rarely challenges anyway, and I think he's just going to make sure that it's got to be a big miss for him to challenge.
2-2. Nimmo in right field will not get there, but over the shoulder, an opportunity lost for Nicky Lopez, and Riley Green has his 2nd hit of the afternoon. Nicky Lopez nearly made this play.
He sure did. When people's really got in the kitchen on both Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green, right in on their hands. Throwing that 4-seam fastball, and it's got just a slight little cut to it. It's you know, it's starting in the middle of the plate and just has enough cut, and that's why it comes in and just gets in on Riley just slightly. If it doesn't, that's just going to be a repeat of his 1st inning homer.
It's late too. That is
very
late cut.
Yes.
Sometimes natural cut can help you. Sometimes natural cut can hurt you, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, just in the way that you release the ball, you know, you've got to have your, you know, supinate to get that little cut action.
As opposed to pronate.
Pronate, yep.
1-1. Fly ball center field. Carter is back. He's at the track and he has room. Inning over. Still 3-zip. Bottom 8.
Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Tigers baseball presented by Figer Law, and Caden Montero as joyful of a trip to the mound as you'll see, Dan.
I mean, this is a confident young man. Look at this. Is between innings. He's coming out of the dugout. He always stops, crosses over that line, and then just skips right out to the mound. You know, that's a confident young man saying, I got good stuff and I'm feeling good today.
Nicky Lopez, first pitch, sails into the seats, foul, strike 1. You know, Montero has always been believing in his work and in his craft, but he's backed it up in a huge way over the past year and a half. He's a different pitcher than when we first saw him.
No doubt. And, you know, he's backing up what he says about, hey, I just want to help my team win.
First base, Torkelson is on it. From his backside, he finds Montero, who skips over to first for out number 1.
Boy, there's another 3-1 play right there. But again, watch Spencer Torkelson and how accurate he is with these throws. I mean, we always talk about how accurate it is when he's standing on 2 feet, making that perfect throw to the pitcher covering the bag on the run. He dives, comes to his knees, and just throws a perfect strike to Cater, right in sync to go right over the bag for that first out.
With that one away for Peterson, who takes ball 1.
I mean, that's a fine play. I mean, we constantly talk about the accuracy of that arm, but that's impressive right there. Just to stay calm and right on stride.
Popped up, back and left, and there's not going to be enough real estate. But that fan's got a souvenir and a story to tell. He did it for America.
Look at that. Just sitting right in his seat. Didn't stand up, nothing. Just sat right there, nice and calm.
One of the lucky ones who got the jersey giveaway.
Nice jersey, huh?
Very much so. He could pass for like 9th place in the Ben Franklin lookalike contest.
9th place.
Right.
Now I got to tell the story on how I did it. Yeah, you know, I thought I might have a good shot.
One and 2. Peterson rolls it to first, back to Torque. He circles it, he feeds it, and there is out number 2. And we get a message from the fine folks at Feiger Law.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, make Feiger Law your first call. Feiger Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
You know, Jason, the Tigers are deep in the heart of Texas. And all they do is win.
You are the best. I am so happy to be spending the 4th with you. You have a great voice.
No. I mean, I just think of these things, you know. I don't know. You bring it out in me.
Don't blame me.
No. You bring it out in me to have a little bit of fun.
It was great.
You know?
That was a 10 out of 10, as always, and it fires us all up for the final 4 outs here. Montero misses just inside. Ball and a strike, and I'm excited that you're going to be on Peacock and NBCSN tomorrow with Dave Raymond over on the call for Star Spangled Sunday.
We'll be on that. Yep. Got a little red, white, and blue I'll be wearing.
Ground ball, second base. McKinstry on the charge. Quick trigger. Inning over. Just give him a kite. The whole picture. Happy 250th, America.
Made this historic milestone possible.
We've already told you what's happening today. Let's tell you what might happen tomorrow. It's Case on Point. Casey Mize struck out 10 and allowed 1 hit Monday in New York. Coverage starts 3:30 p.m. on Peacock, or it's a split second. Casey Mize has 14 whiffs in his last 2 starts on his splitter. Is a career high for back-to-back starts, 9 and 5. Swings and misses on the splitter. Upcoming schedule brought to you by Bet365. 1 more with Texas, then 3 against Ath, 3 against Philadelphia, and then the Phillies will go home to look at the Stars, look how they shine for you. Our wall-side windows pitching change is Chris Martin.
Just coming off the IL with a little shoulder impingement. And just like Peoples gets right out into the game, not sitting around, just saying, come on, get you right back into the game. Throws a lot of cutters, four-seam fastball. Another one that has a good split finger.
40-year-old right-hander Chris Martin still doing it. Year number 11 in the big leagues after 2 years in Japan early in his career. It's his second stint with his hometown team out of Arlington High School just down the road. 1-2 for Keith. Chris Martin back in 2021 won a World Series with Atlanta, part of a run of 3 straight years with the Braves. He was really good in that postseason in some short time, and 4 1/3 in 5 games. 3-2. Smoked foul. Texas in the home ninth, as that ricochets down to the bottom level, will have Young, Nimmo, and Osuna. 3, 4, and 5 for the Rangers as the Tigers try to get win number 4 on this road trip. Colts not being fooled here.
I was going to say, good job of Colt Keith to start this at bat 0-2, work it back to 3-2, and then spoil a couple of 3-2 pitches.
We'll see an 8th pitch here. On 3-2 again. Oh, it's right there. That did not cut. It was a straight fastball, and there's one away.
Yeah, you just think that Colt was looking for something else. That just kind of took him by surprise. Nothing you can do but just, I got to walk back to the dugout. Yeah, you see his look on his face like, I can't believe I didn't take a swing at that.
One down, Zemak goes after the first pitch and skewers it to center field. Breaking ball to his liking. A 1-out single.
Yeah, that sweeper's not a pitch that Martin throws that often, but boy, what a swing by Zach McKinstry. That's a short, sharp little swing. Watch him stay back and then whack. Just kept that, got that foot down, the bat barrel to stay back, and then bam, right back up the middle. Pretty swing.
He is on. Ben Malgiri, the batter. And a first pitch just low. Ben's been productive today. An RBI ground out in the second with the infield back, and a base hit to shortstop in the 7th. Zemak runs, and that ball goes right to second base, but with the runner in motion, Nicky Lopez could only get 1 out, so McKinstry saves a possible double play.
And Zach McKinstry had 2 steps towards second base before this ball is even let go. You can see he's almost to full speed before Martin even lets go of the ball. Incredible jump, just timed it perfectly.
Thought he might go.
Yeah.
Up 3-0.
Kept thinking about it, and you just know that with all the runs that the Tigers score with home runs, you're thinking, okay, but Zach McKinstry's that guy.
Strike 1 to Outman. James played a very worthy center field today. He's been outstanding. Running down a ball early in the game to save a possible double or triple. He's behind 0-2 here against Martin. McKinstry at second, 2 strikes on Outman. He did not offer. He thought about it and didn't on a high fastball. That's a one-hopper that kicks away, and Zemak gets to third. He's thinking about coming home and slows to a stop. It's a very wild pitch. And Zach McKinstry at third base. Boy, a 4th run would be mighty nice.
Sure would. Just takes away that grand slam beating you. You always try to pick up that at least that 4th run.
That was a breaking ball that hit the beach. 2-2 for Outman. Doesn't matter how it comes home. Another wild pitch would be fine.
I was thinking the same thing. Can you bounce another sweeper?
I bet high fastball. 3-2. Outman stays alive as Zemak walks down the line at third.
I was keeping my eye on him too.
Just kind of menacingly.
Yeah, you know, nobody's holding him on, you know, with the shift on over there. Young way off at third base, and thinking just like you, if that ball just trickles away from Diaz, just how far he is down that line. Look at Martin's looking at him. He's still walking down the line.
Broken bat flare back of second. That's Duran making the catch, and the inning is over. Tigers have a 3-0 lead. Trying to gobble up win number 4 on the road trip. See if they can grill the Rangers 3, 4, 5 hitters next.
Fridge, no wait time.
Be all in for the Tigers. Lock in your spot for the upcoming Tiger season with a season membership deposit now and enjoy a complimentary game on us. Membership in the 1901 Society delivers exclusive access, priority opportunities, and elevated benefits throughout the year. Deposits start at just $100 and include a coveted invite to the exclusive Select a Seat event later this summer. Explore more at tigers.com/deposits. 3 outs to get against a Rangers team that had won 7 of 8 as the day started. Kader Montero's lone save of his career was in the postseason. He does not have a regular season major league save. He has a complete game shutout that he threw in 2024, but he does not have a regular season save to his name. He got the save in game 1 of the ALDS against Seattle last year as he fires in a strike against Young. 0-2.
Boy, and the 3 inning saves certainly are nice, but also this is just a regular save too, just with that qualification to the 3 runs or less.
Oh, 2 for Young.
Oh boy.
Tester, and Young somehow had the willpower to hold off.
Boy, but what a pitch by Montero too, saying I'm not going to make a mistake with this. I'm just going to tease you with it, tantalize you, and just miss off the plate. That's a good 0-2 pitch.
Into the fastball up high, close to a strike. Young had to swing at it.
When you just look at that nerves of Kader Montero, how calm he is. You just can see it on his face.
1-2 is just below the zone. Whoa.
You know, and just with that calmness about him, that just frees everything up. Nothing's tight on him, so he can get that good whip in his arm.
Another foul ball. Young proving to be irritating. 2-2 again. Just off again. Changeup, 3-2.
Man,
Pitch number 8.
These pitches that he's laying off, the curveball just off the plate. That one, the changeup just off the plate. A sinker just down.
And another foul ball on a sinker bearing inside, as we talked about in his first at bat. The Tigers have tried to squeeze pitches inside on Young.
Boy, but for Cater, that's not nibbling either. He's throwing really good pitches, just barely missing.
3-2. Smoke to third. Diving stop for Keith. Up to throw. Yes, sir. What an effort from Colt Keith for out number 1.
Boy, what an effort by Cater Montero to come back, and against the Rangers' best hitter, Colt Keith. Again, that little hop. He gets the nice jump. Watch his reaction after this play. Colt Keith is just as fired up and happy as Cater Montero comes up, makes the long throw. Perfect to Spencer Torkelson. And yeah, Cater likes it. So did Colt Keith.
1 down. Ball 1 for Nimmo. He hits a high fly ball right center field. Outman does have room. Out number 2. He has lived in that right center field baseball mortuary today.
Boy, those off the bat, they're well struck. Spencer Torkelson hit one well out there that, looked like it had maybe enough to just get out. That one had your heart palpitating a little bit. Just shy.
2 down, Osuna. Ball 1.
This might as well end with a ground ball to Spencer Torkelson. We've had a lot of 3-1s in this game. This would be the perfect ending to this game.
Feels right. Served foul, 1-1 on Osuna. Jack Flaherty was exceptional. 5 2/3, no runs, 5 strikeouts, just 3 hits. Whacked foul, 1-2 on Osuna. Tyler Holden came in for 1 batter and got Nimmo to ground out with Josh Young at second. No Ranger has made it to third base today. That's how quality the Tigers pitching has been. 1-2. It's a ground ball. It's to shortstop. It's McGonigal, and it's a Tigers shutout victory. Easy does it for a Saturday win on the 4th of July. 3-0 final score, and a brilliant effort from the Tigers staff.
Boy, we said it right at the very beginning. Just after the Rangers scored 10 and got 17 hits, it was up to Jack Flaherty to shut the door. And boy, did he shut the door again. 2 outings in a row without giving up a run. Tigers just enough offense, and they'll look to win the series tomorrow.
What a fun game for the Tigers. A.J. Hinch and the Tigers get a victory here. He's well over 1,000 wins now.